YouTube, it's Erin, and I am the Handbag Housewife, and I'm back again with another video. Today's video is going to be a collection video. I am going to share with you my entire 4-bag collection of Saint Laurent medium collage bags. And I'm going to start with this one, which is my Rose Poudre medium collage bag in the older style. So I'm not only going to show you my 4-bag collage collection, but I'm also going to talk to you about some of the differences between the old style, which is this one, and the newer model. And I have 2 of each, so we're going to compare, and that way hopefully I can help you see the subtle differences between the two. Well, some of those differences are not so subtle, and the first difference I'd like to point out would be the placement of the plaque on the front. The placement of the plaque on this bag, the older style, is down lower. And there are some advantages to this, in my opinion, because the collage bag tends to wear out right here at the tip of the flap. A lot of times on pre-loved ones, you'll see that this tip has wear on it. And I do feel like having the plaque down a bit lower may offer a little bit of bump protection, I guess you could say, versus the newer model that is currently on the Saint Laurent website. And I'm going to show you that one too, so just give me a moment. But first, let's just take a tour of this beauty. I do have something inside that I would like to show you, something provided by M Boutique Australia. And if you'll notice, I can't squish the bag. I'm pushing here and I can't squish it. And that's because, yes, it does have one of my favorite base shapers inside by M Boutique Australia. I will say I probably should have picked silver because of the silver hardware or the antique silver hardware on this bag, but I did pick a bright pink. At least you can see it, right? So I love M Boutique Australia's base shapers. The ones for the collage bag come in a set of 2. They have a leather, like a leatherette or a bonded leather type finish, and that is wrapped around some foam board or something like that and sealed at the ends so it's not sticky and it's also not peeling up at the end. I like how the edges are soft and they're not going to poke the inner lining of your bag. And like I said, M Boutique Australia was kind enough to gift this particular set of base shapers to me. Now, this is what it looks like with the base shaper. Let me show you what it looks like without the base shaper. This is what it looks like without the base shaper. So you can see that's why I like to put a base shaper in my bags. I don't feel like every bag needs the extra structure, but I think this is definitely one that benefits from it. So there she is with nothing inside but the M Boutique base shaper, and she looks fabulous. So the collage bag has a top handle, which is molded. As you can see, it's not just a flat type of handle. It also has a back pocket, which is definitely big enough for your cell phone. Pardon my voice, it's been scratchy ever since I have gotten back from Montana. And I'm not sure why. I started taking allergy medicine again. I stopped taking it while I was gone. I don't typically notice allergy symptoms, but I have started coughing since I got back. So I think that that may be related to stuff here in the Midwest in the air. Inside, the collage bag has 2 compartments plus the zippered center divider. And then there is also a pocket here on the back wall. One of the differences I noticed between the old and the new style is the placement of the stamps on the inside, and I'm going to show you that here in a minute. The collage bag also comes with a shoulder strap that has a flat chain, and it has Saint Laurent stamped on the leather brake, and it also has dog leash clips, a lot like Coach has on their bags. The strap is very comfortable. And it's pretty lightweight. It's not solid, I don't think. And I would guess it's probably made out of aluminum based on the weight of the strap. But that's just a guess. The second bag I'd like to show you today is my Rouge Lesion collage medium bag in the old style. And now we're going to be able to start to compare. So as you can see, the placement of the plaque on both of these bags is lower than on the newer style. And one of the additional things I would like to point out to you regarding the collage bag is that as it's used, it tends to settle a bit. And if you look here from the side, I think that you'll see that the Rouge Lesion bag looks like it's a bit lower in the front. And I do think that that is because it settles over time. It's a very small difference, but when you look at it from the front, it looks like the plaque on this one is slightly lower than on this one. But when you look at them up close, you'll see that the YSL is on this lower 3 quilts of the bag, and it's that way on both of these bags. And so I think the reason why it appears a bit lower on the Rouge Lesion bag is because this part here has started to fold forward a bit more, letting the flap drop down just a bit lower. You'll really notice this when you're looking at the pre-love market, because on the pre-love market, some of these plaques look much higher than others. And I think it's because the weight of the flap is pushing down on the bag and therefore bringing this point down closer to the table or whatever the bag is set on. The Rouge Lesion bag is set up exactly the same on the inside, and I do have inserts from Boutique Australia in this one as well. I think this is their burgundy color, and it's a little bit more brown than the Rouge Lesion is, but this is just for the inside and it's for structure, and it does a great job at maintaining the structure of this beautiful bag. So I'd like to go ahead and compare these two. Besides the placement of the plaque seeming a bit lower on this one, I'd like to see if there are any other differences between the two of the older style bags that I have. On the inside here, you'll notice that the stamp underneath the snaps says Saint Laurent Paris. And then you'll also notice that on the buttons, and I have the stickers on the Rose Poudre bag because the magnet's quite strong, but the buttons both say Saint Laurent on them. And so that is the same between the two bags. The next thing I would like to point out is here on the zipper tab. It does say Saint Laurent Paris on there, and I'm hoping I can get this to focus, but if not, just trust me, it says Saint Laurent Paris on there. And then also, there's another stamp right here on the inside that says Saint Laurent Paris as well. On the back credit card size pocket, it says Saint Laurent Paris and then has the made in imprint right below it. And that made in imprint says made in Italy. On the inside of that pocket, there is the serial number, and it once again says made in Italy. The serial numbers for these bags, I don't believe is specific to the bag itself. I think it is the style number, and then the last 4 digits are the date code. And this one was made in 2017 according to that date code. It's very hard to show the inner pocket, but this one, according to its serial code / style / date code, indicates it was made in 2016. So these bags have some age on them, and they still look fabulous. Point of reference, I bought this bag a couple years ago from Mercari, and I bought this one recently in 2023 from Fashion File. Here is the stamping on the breaks of the handles, and again, they both say Saint Laurent Paris. And then the other spot that we have some engravings on both of these, in this case, they say Saint Laurent on one side, and then they have Paris stamped on the back side. So I have 2 more bags to show you, and that would be my Sharon Blue collage bag and my Seaweed Green collage bag. Now, both of these bags are the newer style, and you can see that the plaque on these bags does not drop over the tip on each end of the L. It's well above the tip of the flap. And so let me grab one of the older styles so that I can show you the difference. So there isn't a huge difference in the height of this, but it does make a big visual difference. You can see that the L on the Rose Poudre one is pretty much over the end of the flap, except for the very tip. And on the Sharon Blue, it's not going over the end at all. So rather than having the plaque on the bottom 3 quilts, it's actually on the 3 right above the bottom quilt. And then I guess it just drips over the tip of that 3rd one instead of the bottom. So now when we look inside, we're going to see some more differences. First of all, let me point out this Boutique Australia base shaper in a navy blue shade that I selected to go inside the Sharon Blue. And one of the first differences we're going to see between the old and the new style is the placement of this Saint Laurent Paris. it's down here lower instead of being up here. So that's one of the initial differences that I noticed between the older style and the newer style. I find the buttons or this end of the snap to be the same. And then I have to get my glasses on to really look at these because I can't see very well without, but you're going to see that the zipper pull once again says Saint Laurent Paris on it. And here is another difference. This inner part here on the older style said Saint Laurent Paris right here, and also this bit here was leather on the older style. Let me show you. So see, this is leather here, and then it says Saint Laurent Paris there. In a sense, the older style is actually nicer on the inside if you consider that it has that really luxurious leather around the zipper pocket. The differences here could be attributed to the fact that this leather on the blue feels a little bit softer than the rose poudre leather, but the stamping's much deeper on the older one than on the newer one. And I did get the Sharon blue one from an authorized retailer, which is forward.com. I really like shopping there, and it is a totally legitimate website, at least so far as I know. And of course, that's just my opinion, but everything that I have found in my internet research seems to indicate that forward.com is a very good place to shop for luxury goods if they have the brand that you're wanting. And I can link their website down in the description box. If you look at the dog leash clips, they do look slightly different to me, but again, there is a difference in age on these bags, and that may be why. I'm sure that over time, there are slight changes made in the manufacturing process. Once again, on this inner pocket, you've got like this credit card size pocket that says Saint Laurent Paris on it. And it also says made in Italy. And again, it is so hard for me to show you this inner pocket, but it also on the inside of that pocket says made in Italy and has the serial / date code / style code. And this bag was made in 2022. So there are differences between the bags that were made in 2016-17 versus the ones that are made more recently, like this one. The final bag I'd like to show you in this deep dive into my Saint Laurent collage bags is the seaweed green one with the gold or the antique bronze hardware. I'm not sure of their exact terminology on that. Sorry, I'm starting to sweat. This is making me hot to do this. But anyway, you'll notice that the plaque is up higher, just like the blue. And I want to check first to see when exactly this bag was made. I got this bag from a seller on Facebook, and I had it authenticated. I think it was shipped from Italy, and that was where she lived, but it's been a long time. It may be Greece. I'm not sure. But I did get it authenticated upon receipt and had no issues. And if you look inside, you'll see I've got the base shaper from M Boutique Australia in the color black to match the inside. And you'll also see that I do have the fabric lining here. No stamp, which is consistent with the Sharon blue one. The stamp is right here. So again, the newer style has the stamp right here. The older style has it up here and right there. And then, of course, you have the Saint Laurent Paris there on the zipper pull. And once again, you have it there. And then on the inside pocket, I'm going to check the date code for this one. This one was made in 2020. So I've got 2020, 2022, and then I have 2016 and 2017. So what have we learned today? We have learned that old style versus new style, there are definitely some differences. The old style, the plaque is lower. The old style, the placement of the stamps is different than that of the new style. The new style on the pocket on the inside has fabric instead of leather. And I'm talking about the center pocket. The back slip pocket on both styles have a leather slip pocket, and that's the one where the serial / date / style code is stamped on the inside and the Saint Laurent Paris is stamped on the outside. So those are just a few of the differences. The engravings may be slightly different, but it also might be just because of the way that the finish has soaked into the engravings and made it blacker on some bags than on other bags. So I'm not sure on that on the dog leash clips. But I just wanted to show you the differences that I see between the old style and the new style of the collage bag, and also show you the assortment of colors that I have in my collection. So I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? Do it and ring that notification bell so that you are notified of future exciting content such as this. Also, go find me on Instagram. The name there is the same. It's the @ then the Handbag Housewife, all lowercase. You can DM me there or you can email me at thehandbaghousewife@gmail.com. If I don't hear from you, I will see you again real soon. Take care and have a fabulous day. Bye.